We were deadlocked on a few issues, one of them being on the oil tax credit subsidies, the cash payments that the state of Alaska right now cannot afford. There was a bipartisan effort that went out from the House over to the Senate. The Senate passed something back over to us that just simply wasn't acceptable to us in the Independent Democratic Coalition. We have worked from day one trying to compromise, beginning with suggesting that we have a caucus of the whole where we all work together, where we share the responsibility and the burden. We've also proposed having a Ways and Means Committee to try to get through things. Unfortunately, those weren't accepted. However, this last session, we did accomplish a lot by working together. Again, going back to the oil tax credit cash subsidies, we were able to come up with a bipartisan solution as we passed that over to the Senate. We were also able to do some reforms to the National Guard and our Military Code of Justice, which was a monumental piece of legislation, something that hasn't been changed in over 50 years. We've had Medicaid reform, making sure that we're getting the best bang for our buck, especially with the budget times that we have right now. With the federal dollars that we have coming in, we want to make sure that we're spending them wisely. And then, of course, the criminal justice reform that took 4 days, the longest I've ever seen a bill being vetted on the floor. And so we have done some great things this session. There's still a lot of issues out there, some challenging issues. Of course, the major one being the fiscal situation that we have for the state of Alaska. We hope that we see more activity from the Senate leadership. They sat around and watched us this last 30 days. There was things that they could have been doing on the oil tax bill before we sent stuff over to them. They have some of the same bills that we've had. We were really upset to see that the $100 million in unallocated cuts, which is really lazy budgeting, was sitting on conference committee this entire time. And then we did not like to see the reversed action that happened on public education, where they, in one fast sweep, cut $12.5 million out of the budget, which without any public process, without having people the opportunity, parents, teachers, and students have the opportunity to be able to weigh in and to have their voices heard on that. So this was unacceptable for our coalition. We still have a lot of work to do. We will redouble our efforts in this special session to reach a bipartisan compromise, but we can't do it alone. We definitely need to have the Senate Republican leadership involved in that.